Oh, hello there. Welcome back to the farm. So last episode, we got our orchard up and running. That was pretty cool, and now we're farming fruit from trees. That's really good news. This episode is gonna be kind of the finale. We set out with this farm to grow all the crops we can that are used in almost all of the meals in the mod pack. And I've got to say, we're getting very close. We've done crops, we've done animals, and now we've done fruit. The only thing that's left to farm is gonna be fish. But if we're talking about finishing the farm and this being the final episode, of course the building behind me is gonna have to be finished in some way, and we'll do a quick lap around the whole farm and just make sure this place is fully decorated. Now again, we have a game plan. Let's get going. So, how are we gonna gather these fish? Now we had to have a real think about this because farming fish isn't really something that's usually included in most mods. It's not a big thing. People are generally happy with farming crops and animals because they have kind of dual use, but farming fish isn't a big one. Now there are a couple of options for us. Number one, we could use industrial foregoing and build a marine fisher. That's a guaranteed way to get fish using industrial foregoing, but we've already done a lot of industrial foregoing, so I want to try and skip that a little bit. And in fact, I'm thinking maybe a Fisherman's Hut from Minecolonies could be perfect for us. We haven't used Minecolonies for anything apart from guards and building yet, and the Fisherman's Hut is honestly a really cool looking and effective way to get ourselves some fish. The drawback is he is going to need a load of fishing rods, but that's something we can handle, and I quite like the idea of actually using Minecolonies for something more than just guards and builders. So let's go and grab the build tool and we can pick from all of the lovely fishing huts from the styles. Yeah, okay, so the build tool in hand, and the area where I want to do all the fishing is going to be over here. We've got a nice big area in between our sheep and our livestock. There's a little piggy over there. He's, has he escaped? I don't think so. Looks like we've got loads in there already. Maybe he's just like a wild pig, who knows? But anyway, we're getting distracted. We're going to pick a Fisherman's Hut. So right click, we're going to come away from my personal pack. And if you see here, these are all the scans we've done this series, and we've got quite a few interesting, weird, farm-related scans. If you want to get your hands on these, pop over to the Discord, and they're in the Blueprints channel. But yeah, let's take a look. Now, hello. There's a new pack from Spamanti. Looks like he's got the Shogun style on the go, and I quite like the idea of a Minecolonies series around his Shogun style. The Byzantine pack was incredible, so maybe stay tuned for next series being a look at the Shogun style. Now we know what a lot of these styles look like, but I want to check out Ancient Athens. So let's take a look-see. We're in Ancient Athens at the moment. I want to see what the Fisherman's Hut looks like from this. It's going to be in agriculture, and I think it's probably going to be in husbandry. Yeah, there it is. Oh, so there's two kinds of Fisherman's Hut. There's the normal fisher and the harbour fisher. And yeah, it looks okay. Again, like, this isn't going to look great at level 1. It does fit quite nicely in this zone, but at level 5, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really fit with the rest of our buildings. And we're going to need some wacky materials to get that up to level 5, so let's keep looking. Now we have the classic Fisherman's Hut from Medieval Oak, and wow, at level 5, this is a really cool hut. It has a boat that might look a bit out of place, since we're only really going to have a pond here and not be on the sea. So what about the alt Fisherman? Maybe that doesn't require us to be on the coast. No, it looks like this is also surrounded by water. So these are more coastal builds. And again, yeah, this has a boat as well. We don't want a boat, but this is a pretty cool Fisherman's Hut. It kind of fits with our style. Now, Caledonia never fails to impress. However, the problem with this one is that it's kind of built to be on stilts. So again, this isn't a Fisherman's Hut that we can use with a small pond. This is more for the coast, and there's no alternative. That's the only one. Well, let's keep looking. Again, the same problem with Nordic Spruce. It's big, it's kind of cool, comes with its own boat, but this is built to be on the sea, not the one for us. There is, of course, the default Minecolonies style. This is the one from the default style. And it's very small, it's very basic. Not sure how I feel about this one, so I think we'll give it a miss. It's a little bit too simple, a little bit too primitive. Colonial is another one of my favorites, but again, this is built to be kind of on the coast. What we could always do, actually, is just kind of develop the side here to be a mini pond. We can always build around the building, so if we like this one, it's a choice. The Shire style is very cool. This definitely really does match what we're going for on the colony. However, again, it's supposed to be on the coast. You know what though, it could work. No, it's too big, it needs too much water, and the alternative style, while it's very cool, it's kind of built to be a bit of a hobbit hut. So I'm not sure it would look that good over here, right in the middle. This is supposed to be nestled inside a bit of a hill. So do you know what, my dudes? Weirdly, after a little bit of thought, I found in the pagoda style that this Fisherman's Hut actually could be the one. We can build a little pond around the front here. This is level 1, but at level 2, then 3, it starts to look really cool. Level 4 requires some spicy materials, so it might be a bit outside of our reach, and level 5, endstone, yeah, there's no chance of that. But certainly level 3 will look kind of cool. You have to remember that at the moment, the lighting is wrong with this, so it will look much better with shadows and the light working correctly. So yeah, I reckon we're going to pull the trigger on a level 1 pagoda fishing hut. Yeah, do you know what? This will work. We'll prepare our own little pond around the front. Let's pull the trigger and get this built. Amazing. Now, this is going to require some spicy materials. All of the buildings that I've designed myself in Minecolonies for the farm have all specifically used materials I know are easy to get. So this is where things are going to be very interesting, because if you go to build options, actually no, all of this we do have access to. Loads of oak, loads of cobblestone. Yeah, honestly, this is very simple. Well, I'll go and hook the builder up with this, and let's see if we can get this upgraded. So the builder's hut, I honestly have to say I did not expect to be using a builder's hut from the pagoda style, which is kind of supposed to be, well, pagodas, which I guess is kind of Asian, maybe Japanese. But I like the look of the straw roofs, and the building itself seems pretty cool. It did take our builder quite some time to dig out the pond around, but as luck would have it, it looks like he actually does put down water in the bottom there. So we can build around that to get a pretty cool looking pond for our fisherman's hut. Now we will also have to task one of our guards to be a fisherman, but that shouldn't be a problem, because we've probably got too many guards anyway. Now it's only level 1 at the moment, so I'm going to take a look at the materials and see if we can get this thing to level 2, because it really doesn't look very good at level 1. We absolutely have to get to at least level 3, I think. And yeah, a quick scan through these materials, and there's honestly nothing here that raises my eyebrows. Now that we've got the farm fully developed, we have access to all of these things, and do you know what? I don't think level 3 is going to be that hard either. So let's get this built up from levels 1 to 2 and then to 3. Now there's really not much to say with these upgrades. They take some time, but the materials are just a straight upgrade. So for a bit of a change, I'm going to stop my yammering and let you guys enjoy the time-lapse build in peace. And there we go, the finished Fisherman's Hut, all the way up to level 3. This thing, it doesn't look incredible, but it looks pretty good. All that's left for us to do now is to design this area around the water to build a realistic and cool looking rustic pond. Okay, yeah, the finished builder's hut. Now the straw roof wasn't too hard to get. With a watering can and some bone meal, you can get loads of wheat for that. And of course, you can always use the emerald muncher to get acacia if you're missing that tree. But honestly, yeah, a pretty cool build, pretty simple looking, and honestly, with the yellow roof in the background, this kind of matches that pretty well. As I said, we've gone for yellow roofs for our animal farming, and I guess fish comes under that kind of tree. Now the question is, how are we going to do this pond? I've got a couple of ideas. We can keep it small and simple, but I don't want to do that. I want to go and make a really cool looking pond. So we're going to go and grab some mossy cobblestone, some regular cobblestone, and get to building this pond. Amazing. Oh man, can you remember the days when you had to use slime balls to make mossy blocks? What a nightmare. But yeah, a couple of stacks of mossy, well yeah, maybe just this much should do. Now I like the idea of the etched cobblestone. That's a pretty cool look. So that's what we're going to go for, if we can find it. Etched. There we go. Sometimes you need this search bar. It's important to remember this is here, because it makes it really easy to find exactly what you're looking for. Let's get designing the outskirts of this pond. So, first up we're going to kind of just like flesh out the area around the side of this pond. Now it's important that when we're doing this, we only do the top layer, because if we dig too far down, it's going to make filling this area in with water a lot harder. But yeah, I think that's going to be good enough. Now we're going to go around the edge with a mix of mossy and regular cobblestone to kind of fill in this area. And it's not super important how precise we are with this, because it's all going to look good in the end. And we'll just fill in some of these edges here as well. There we go. And you know what? Yeah, that's a big enough pond, I reckon. Now we're going to grab a bucket, or actually, maybe we could use that water tank that we have, the portable tank from Mechanism, because that was really great. Perfecto. And yeah, now it's as simple as just going around and filling in these bits of water. Remember, it's important to fill in the water while it's only 1 block deep, because water will then automatically fill in the blocks underneath it. Yeah, looking pretty good so far. Come around the edge, and actually I think that's kind of filled in all of it. Yeah, this all looks like it works now. And so what we want to do now is just chisel away at the dirt, because that's a bit of a hard line there. That looks really ugly. We'll just get rid of that. There we go. And it's not exactly a work of art, but it looks a lot better than it did before. A nice rounded area. Now we're going to grab some bone meal, because what I'd love to do is put in some reeds along the edge, just to kind of keep it looking like a bit of a pond. And while we're at it, actually, let's grab a couple of mahogany saplings, because I reckon these areas around the edge are primed and ripe for some trees. So we're going to have some hedges around the edge like this. Looking very good. And over here as well. This is inside the template, I think, of the Fisherman's Hut, but our builder's hut is only level 3, so we're not going to do any Minecolonies buildings up beyond level 3. So this is absolutely fine. And there we go. Now we'll add some fences on the outside of that, because they really do help to add a bit of, you know, detail and decoration around the edge. Okay, next up we're going to put down some mahogany trees. I think one here and one over here is going to be perfect. You want to be careful with trees, because it can be, we'll put a couple here as well, it can be a bit of tree overload if you're not careful. We'll bone meal these up. These ones first. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice little canopy over here. And these 2 trees right here. Perfect. Not too big, not too small. The mahogany tree works quite well, I think. Okay, so we're almost ready to rock. Now we also want, I think, a few walls around the actual pond itself. This is just going to give it a bit of a border, and we'll mix these up with the mossy walls as well. If I can find them. Where are the mossy walls? There we go. Because again, when you put cobblestone down that's mossy, it lends to the idea that the cobblestone is near water, and yeah, plants have grown across it. Or it can be good for things like ruins, where you want things to look a bit old. There we go, looking good. And now, the other thing we brought is lanterns, because we're going to plonk some lampposts down over here as well. Keep this area well lit at nighttime. There we go. And sometimes, if you make a mistake, take a step back, have a think, and you know what? That doesn't look too terrible. So we're going to keep that like that. We'll put another one over here. Like this. And around the edge, I think we want some more. Probably one over here would be good. So a cobblestone wall here. Yeah, the mossy is fine. And a lantern, and then finally, oh no, there's some torches on this building, so the front is quite lit, but over here, this area could use a little bit of a lamppost as well. Oh yeah, looking real good. And now the finishing touches, we could add some flowers around here, but I'm not going to bother because I'm running a bit low on flowers, and they're not always needed. A few splashes of bone meal, and we're going to bring up the vegetation in this area quite amazingly. And there we go. Suddenly, this fisherman's hut really does look like it belongs. Oh yeah, a nice little nook in the back of our farm, ready for fishing. Well, okay, my dudes, what's the next step? Of course. What are we doing this for even? Let's get a fisherman inside the fisherman's hut. So the interior is pretty basic. It looks very Japanese. And the fisherman's hut has 2 racks that it can fill up with fish. That's going to be a lot of fish for us, so that's pretty cool. Let's go and take a look. So manage workers, fishermen. We're going to go to show employed yes, because we're going to have to steal one of the guards. So here's the question. Who wants to be a fisherman? It could be Dingus, could be Evie Bex, could be Jen, could be Callum. Well, Evie Bex is named after the daughter of a guy I know who was actually a fisherman. So we're going to get Evie Bex as our fisherman. So let's bring her on over. Hello, Evie Bex. Wow, got a bit of a suntan there, but you're looking great. Now we're going to go and get her a fishing rod from our computer, and then she should start to fish. Yeah, that's a lot of fishing rods. I think Evie Bex is going to be absolutely fine with this amount of rods. Now, I'm not sure what the fisherman can actually do. I know that if the fisherman is on an ocean biome, they get ocean fish. So I think this fisherman might just get the basic fish, and we might not get any tropicals, but we'll give her all of the fishing rods we have just in case. Wait, what have you got in here, Evie Bex? Ominous bottles. Looks like, oh my god, looks like my guards have been going around and absolutely slaying all of the pillagers as they arrive, and doing it without me even knowing. Well, that's good to know. Good to know they can handle themselves. Now, why is she not working? We did just give her a fishing rod. In fact, we gave her more than one. Has she got another problem?
It's a fine afternoon.
Oh no, what did I do? Did I just...
Need something?
I haven't got bad omen. I think I just gave Evie Bex bad omen.
Is there a problem?
Oh no, what's this? I can't find any suitable water for fishing. There should be an area of water at least 7 blocks long and wide and 2 blocks deep nearby. 7 blocks? Well, that's a bit of a scam. I guess we're going to have to redesign this pond. So it's definitely 7 blocks along this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's fine. So what about this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So do you know what? I think if we chisel away some of this dirt, she should be okay. How about like that? Is that okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This area should be okay, Evie Bex. Maybe these stairways are getting in the way, so we'll remove this and that slab. Well, the red cogwheel has gone, and if my math is correct, that's a 7x7 block. So we're going to go and restart the worker. I didn't know that they had those requirements That's pretty interesting. So pause, restart, and is she going to get to fishing? Come on, EVBEX, think about it. Think about the fish. You know what, let's leave EVBEX to it. Everything is kind of set up correctly. On paper, this should work. Maybe she's just being a bit slow. So we'll give her some time and come back later, see if she's caught any fish. For now though, what I really want to do is decorate the top of our decoration hut. This thing has looked so basic for the longest amount of time. And while I had big plans before to make this into like a multi-story house, I think what we're actually going to do is just carry over the brick shingles that we have over here like this and keep the roof looking normal. So I'm going to go and grab some logs, some stone bricks, and some brick shingles and get to building this. So we've added some more shingles and some stone brick to the side of the roof and expanded it across. We have a flat area on top here, but I've had a great idea. I think it's about time we redecorated our sugarcane farm. Okay, my dudes, so the sugarcane farm is looking pretty good. Let's pop on over to... Oh, there's EVBEX. She's gone home. Now, while we wait for EVBEX to fish, we're going to come over here and see what we can do with these animals. So basically, yeah, at the moment we just have a couple of pens, and they're full of pigs and cows. What I'd really like to be able to do is get these animals breeding, and if possible, automate that a little bit. I don't want to use industrial foregoing again because, yeah, I hate using the same mod for everything, but there are some cool ways we can get them to breed without using crazy machines. As you can see here, from the mod, where is it? Yeah, farming for blockheads, there's a feeding trough that auto-feeds nearby animals ready to mate. It's not too tricky to make: golden carrots, hay bales, and any old plank, so I reckon we can do that. And we're going to make 1, 2, 3 auto feeders, because I think we might be able to auto feed chickens as well. Now, chickens don't usually mate in the same way as other animals. Well, they lay eggs, of course, and you're supposed to throw the eggs down, but there might be a way for us to feed them using these troughs. Anyway, I'll put these troughs in the middle of these pens, and let's give this a go. We'll open up the fence over here, grab all these eggs, because why not? And again, we're going to put a trough in here too. So let's go and grab the things we should need. We're going to need wheat for the cows, obviously. We'll grab a whole bunch of this. We're going to need, I guess, pigs like carrots, don't they? They'll eat carrots or potatoes, so we'll get a few of these as well. And the old chickaboos, I think they eat seeds, don't they? I think they can be fed seeds. You can attract them with seeds, so maybe we can use those to mate. Maybe not, but it's worth a try. And we've got hundreds and hundreds of those, so that also won't be a problem. What this means is we're not going to get automated meat on the go, but that shouldn't be a problem. We're not going to need huge amounts of meat, and there's only basically 3 or 4 varieties anyway. So into the feeding trough. Oh, right, okay. So this isn't like an inventory, it isn't like a block you use. You have to actually just right-click with the thing you want to put in it. Carrots, let's say. Oh yeah, they're going for it. Wow, babies already. And we'll do the same with potatoes. I think they like potatoes. Oh, we can't do them both. We've got more potatoes, so we'll take the carrots out and into there with the potatoes. Next up over here, we're going to get the wheat and put this in for the cows. And are they going to get to breeding as well? Oh yeah, amazing. Now you don't have to worry too much about these feeding troughs going crazy. I know what you guys are thinking. What happens if I put like 1,000,000 wheat in there, and then when I come back I've got 200 cows and my game is super lagging? No, these feeding troughs automatically have a limit on how many animals they'll let breed.
So what will it be for you?
Oh my god, this is really rustling my jimmies now. I can't find any suitable water for fishing. My dude, it is right here. This is water, isn't it? Yeah, this is water for sure. There's water everywhere. There's absolutely no way she can't find a place to fish. There's loads here. I mean, there's no actual fish inside here, but that shouldn't matter. This water, it all connects. It's all fine. Now, we wanted to try the seeds with the chickens, but unfortunately, we only have one chicken. So maybe we throw down some eggs and see if we can get another chicken in here. It's going to be cramped no matter what we do, because this is a very small chicken coop, but I think we might be okay. Let's give it a go. Luck be a lady, let's get some chickens. Well, there's one. There we go. Well, two's all you need. We've got some seeds in here. We'll fatten this guy up to get him to grow, because otherwise it's going to be like 20 minutes. There we go, 10 seconds. And we'll put a stack of seeds into the trough. Oh, it's getting pretty dark, though. No, it doesn't look like these guys like the seeds, so they're not going to breed. Yeah, there's no breeding happening here. Oh, wait, no, look at that. Ah! So the feeding trough does work for chickens, and you will get a small chicken if you use seeds. That's really good to know. You don't have to throw down eggs. Oh, but one of them's escaped, so I guess that means you are dinner. Lovely. Now into the kitchen. We'll pick any old cupboard. This one's kind of empty, and we're just going to chuck all the foods that we have. We'll put seeds in here as well, because sometimes seeds are used in certain recipes. The chicken, the barley, kiwis, onions, eggplants, you name it, we've got it. The corn. I don't think feather's going to be used for a recipe, so we'll leave the feather in our backpack. The cucumber and the pineapple, though, for sure. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see what amazing recipes we can make. Sort by hunger. Oh, so would you know the bibimbap is still the biggest thing we can make? We're going to make it because obviously, yeah. There's also a mince pie. Oh man, a bit late for Christmas, but that's amazing. There's pemmican. That's pretty hunger restoring as well. Wow, lots of shanks there. A veggie pot pie. We've already eaten that. That's pretty good. But yeah, oh my god. And there are pages and pages and pages of things we can eat. That's really cool. But my dudes, that brings us to the end of Feed the World. It's been a long old journey. We've got an amazing farmhouse, loads of crop fields, tree fields, animal farms, sheep farms, and now a fisherman's hut if Evie Bex wants to go to work, but you don't, do you? No, that's bugged for some reason, and if you know why, drop it in the comment section because I'm kind of curious why that's happening. But this is where I hand off the All the Mods 10 world to you guys. As we speak, I'm uploading the world save, and that's available to Patreon members who want to download the world and make this their own base. It's a pretty solid farm and a great way to launch yourself, a great platform to launch from in All the Mods 10. All the Mods 10 is nowhere near as fleshed out as All the Mods 9, but it's been pretty fun, and I reckon for the next series, we're going to duck back into Minecolonies because I really want to check out this new style from Spamanti, the Shogun style. A massive thank you for watching Feed the World. It's been a long old journey since the first series 12 years ago, but if there's one thing that remains consistent, it's that farming is always fun in modded Minecraft. A huge thank you to all of you guys for joining me, and a massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon members. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to join our Discord. There's a great bunch of people over there, but until the next series, my dudes, thank you for watching, and take care.